What's going on, guys? How is my honest crew? I'm coming at you with construction workers behind me, and I've been sitting here waiting it out, hoping that they would be able to put my grill back before I started my podcast. But I'm just sitting here watching the clock, and I have to get this podcast in before my kids get home from school. So we're just going to make the most of it. They are putting my grill back on. And you guys, the fact that it's the middle of April and my construction is still not done, you have no idea. My closet still isn't done. I moved into my house in September, and it is now almost the end of April. And I have been living out of boxes and one rolling rack since I moved into this house. To say I am fed up is an understatement, but I will be excited when that is done so I can finally unpack all of my boxes, because I just have all of the wardrobe boxes are just lining my bedroom walls. So I can't wait for that. So today I'm doing another episode about calling out headlines and their just obnoxiousness, the ridiculousness of them. The first time I did it was one of my top podcasts that I've ever done. So you guys obviously loved it, which I love, especially because it was one of my favorite ones to do. I love calling bullshit on the press. So here we go, part 2. I feel like the first one was older stuff that I had sort of been sitting on for years, or like things that I had been wanting to clear up for a long ass time. So today we're going to do some that are maybe a little bit more recent, and in no particular order. This is, my producer sent me some, and then I decided to Google myself and go down that road. And I will tell you, I purposely leave certain ones out if they involve pretty much any ex. It's safe to say that if there's a headline about an ex, I will not discuss it, because I've told you guys before, I don't want to talk about them to give them more attention. You know what I'm saying? So let's jump in. Okay. I saw that, by the way, oh God, the amount of sports outlets that write about me, I had actually no idea. I mean, it makes sense because obviously I was married to a professional athlete, but they're fucking nasty. Sports, I think, is actually worse than pop culture sometimes. I was like, holy shit. So here's one, okay? And I wrote down the publication. I was going to say it, but I'm not even going to give them that. So here was the headline. Kristin Cavallari adds yet another athlete to her dating portfolio. Let me explain something, you guys. I don't have that many athletes on my dating portfolio. Thank you very much. People love to sit here and be like, oh, she loves athletes. Oh, another athlete. Oh, let's go from the very beginning, guys. Let's go back to the beginning. First athlete I ever dated, Matt Leinart. I had to think about that for a second. Matt Leinart. I dated him my senior year of high school. Okay, he was at the time, the quarterback for USC. He had just won the Heisman Trophy. He was a big deal. My Laguna fans will remember I was so excited about him, and the fact that I was dating a senior in college, my senior year of high school. Well, I was excited about the time. Looking back, I'm like, what the fuck? I had no business hanging out with a college kid, right? I mean, that's safe to say. And my dad met Matt. I mean, my dad knew, but that, didn't stop him from letting me see him. But I will say Matt was a really good guy. That could have been a way worse situation. Matt was a very good guy. We have remained friends, I would say. I mean, it's not like I talk to him all the time, but I would say, are friendly. And I liked his family a lot, like very good guy. Okay, so that was the first athlete I dated. And then, you guys, I'm trying to think. Oh, I went on 1 or 2 dates with a baseball player. It was nothing. Like, again, I mean, and then I met Jay, my ex-husband. Okay, so, and then post Jay, I dated that ex-hockey player who I just recently talked about. By the way, we hung out twice. Nate and I hung out twice. And yes, was it the first time 2 days in a row? Sure. And the second time, I think it was 3 days in a row. Yeah, but like 2 different occasions. So again, I mean, it's like, I don't know. The word date is like, I don't really know. Yeah, I'd say I went on a couple dates with him, but I'm trying to think, you guys. I really think that's it as far as athletes. I'm a 38-year-old woman, and what did we just count? 4? That's 4 athletes. I'm 38 years old. I mean, I don't feel like that's not many. I'm like really, hey, if I'm forgetting someone, DM me, and I will call myself out and be like, I totally forgot about this person. But like, I really am sitting here being like, and I wouldn't even say like the baseball player, I would not say was on my dating portfolio. I went on 2 dates with him. That doesn't count. Like going out with someone twice does not fucking count. I'd say like dating someone is when it's like longer than a month. So as far as I'm concerned, I've dated 2 athletes, Matt and Jay. Well, I married one of them. So fuck you, sports outlets. Okay, so I think that this is E. And obviously I have a good relationship with E. But it's not like their online people are the same TV people. It's a whole separate category of employees that they have over there. They've had this article going for a minute, and it's Kristin Cavallari's complete dating history, from reality TV stars to pro athletes and more. And it seems as though they sort of update it every time there's someone new. So again, because I just recently said who I dated around New Year's, they've updated it. So it was a recent headline that I had seen. And I clicked on the article, and they do list a lot of people. And you guys, some of them are not fucking true. So I'm going to just give you 2 of the ones that aren't true, just to show you what bullshit this is. Because again, there's no fact checking. There's no, like, I'll tell you who they are. Okay, so the first one that's not true is Chris Evans. Chris Evans and I had a similar friend group, and I think that we were at an event one night as a group, like there was a group of us there, like we saw each other socially. I never dated Chris Evans, ever, ever, ever. Didn't even go on one date with him. Like literally nothing ever happened. And there's been these rumors for years that we dated. Well, we never dated. And E puts it in there like that's factual. Like they did their fact checking. They know. Well, it's not fucking true. So you can remove him from my dating portfolio. Thank you very much. Another person I did not date is Justin Bobby. I've said that 1,000 times. I never saw him outside of filming. Never, ever. Not one time did I see him outside of filming. I think the only time I kissed him was when they asked me to kiss him on camera. And listen, back in the day, I was like, yes, I'm a team player. I was getting paid for The Hills like I would a scripted show. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Made it more fun for me. Never saw him outside of filming. I never dated him. I don't even know if I would consider me dating him on the show. What, they had me get on his motorcycle one time? Okay, well, that was all for the show. I never would have just done that. So you guys can remove him from that list as well. And that's just 2 of, I don't even remember how many people were on there, but that just goes to show you. That just goes to show you guys that I've been linked to a lot of people in the day that are not true. Okay. There's a lot about the kids. So anytime I show my kids now on social media, there's always an article. Kristin Cavallari gives rare glimpse into daughter Sailor. Kristin Cavallari gives every time it's a rare glimpse into whichever kid. The first time she's shown so-and-so. Like this one headline was, Kristin Cavallari shows rare look at daughter Sailor 9 after previously keeping her kids off social media. And then a month earlier, Kristin Cavallari shares glimpse at bond with daughter in rare photos. Literally every single headline is rare glimpse. Ooh, like, and I've been showing them, not a lot. I mean, I guess it is rare that I show them, but it's become the new norm for me to show glimpses of them. And I started that probably a year and a half ago. Actually, probably longer than this. Probably been about 2 years. Year and a half to 2 years ago. Okay, guys, let's take a second here and talk really quickly about the brand Quince. I am doing a lot of fun stuff this spring. I'm going to Stagecoach, which I've told you guys. I'm actually going to be going to New York to do some press for my new show. So I have a few trips planned. So this year, I'm treating myself to the luxe upgrades I deserve with Quince's high quality travel essentials at fair prices. Like you guys, they have lightweight European linen styles from just $30, washable silk tops, and comfy lounge sets. with premium luggage options and stylish tote bags to carry it all. And the best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to us. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. What is not to love about that? Guys, I've been browsing their website, which is so easy to use, by the way, but they've got so many great things, like their really comfy sets that you can wear on the plane. I'm all about comfort on the plane. And these awesome tote bags that can carry everything that you need while you're on the plane, and then great stuff for when you finally get to where you're going. So for your next trip, treat yourself to the luxe upgrades you deserve from Quince. Go to quince.com/honest for 365-day returns plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/honest to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/honest. You guys know I love this brand, and that is Element. Element is a zero sugar electrolyte drink mix and now sparkling electrolyte water born from the growing body of research revealing that optimal health outcomes occur at sodium levels 2 to 3 times government recommendations. Each stick pack delivers a meaningful dose of electrolytes free of sugar, artificial colors, or other dodgy ingredients. You guys know I'm obsessed with electrolytes. I power through these between working out and going in the sauna. Anytime I travel, I always have these with me. And right now, Element is offering a free sample pack with any purchase. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element order. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/honest. This deal is only available through my link, so you must go to drinklmnt.com/honest. Again, Element is spelled LMNT. Make sure you guys try the chili mango. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I'm telling you right now, I'm obsessed. Or try the grapefruit. And guys, you can try Element totally risk-free. If you don't like it, they'll refund your order, no questions asked. And they do have a very low return rate and a very high reorder rate. So again, that is drinkelement.com/honest. Let's talk about Wayfair. It is home project season, and Wayfair is the best kept secret for all things renovation. I am currently living in renovations. I've talked about it 1,000 times. No, my closet is still not done. I just started on my pool and my pool house. So this is my life currently. Right now, I'm browsing the Wayfair site because I am looking for decor for my pool house. My pool house is essentially going to be my gym, and there's going to be a bathroom out there and storage. They actually have really great storage containers, which I love because I'm super type A. They also have such great stuff for bathrooms. They have vanities, vanity lights, mirrors, toilets, and tubs, bathroom storage, sinks, faucets, backsplash. I mean, you name it. So I am browsing that whole section right now. They also have great stuff for your kitchen, including pendant lighting, hardware, sinks, appliances. I mean, they really have it all. I'm also going to be redoing my outdoor space once my pool is done. So I will be looking for lawn decor, outdoor structures, outdoor storage, planters, pool chairs. Wayfair's huge selection of home improvement items makes it so easy to find exactly what's right for you. There's something for every style and every home, no matter your space or your budget. And you guys, they have free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. And they'll even help you set it up. That's music to my ears as a single woman over here. Shop the best selection of home improvement online. Get renovating with Wayfair. Head to wayfair.com right now. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. My stance was always I wanted my kids to be old enough to make the decision themselves. And they've all been very open about how they want to be on social media. They wanted to film Honestly Cavallari, which is coming out in June. And so it's going to be more of the norm for me to show them. And I think maybe as they continue to get a little bit older, potentially maybe even more, you know? So it's, I don't know. And I don't know. I feel like well, I don't know, the headline thing, like it's so ridiculous because it's now the norm. It's been the norm, and it's still, because these are really recent headlines. It still is like, whoa, because it just, they want to make it as outlandish as possible just so that they get clicks, which I get, but it's not rare anymore. I've shown them all three of them multiple times. So you guys can lose the rare glimpse. Okay, and then this one, Bobby Flay's new romance with fellow chef revealed after Kristin Cavallari rejected his DMs. So this is so funny. Actually, Bobby was the one who initially texted me one of these very first headlines. And then when I was doing my research for this episode, I did see a ton of headlines about Bobby Flay has recently come out with his new girlfriend. He's in a relationship. And actually, I just met him and his new girlfriend in Miami for a drink, and I really liked her a lot. I'm really happy for him. Okay, but all of the headlines from him coming out with his new girlfriend include me in it. Like, and it says that I rejected him, which we talked about on the podcast. It wasn't a rejection. We really cleared up everything. And the fact, it's like, I don't necessarily care for me because this doesn't really affect me, but like, I feel for Bobby in this situation. It's so dumb. How am I in Bobby Flay's headlines about his new relationship? And I never rejected him. It's so ridiculous because no, you can't have a headline of just like, Bobby Flay is happy in a new relationship. No, there's got to be some sort of a dig, right? Like, I feel like there always has to be like some little like, fuck you from the headlines. Because again, then people want to be like, oh, she rejected him. I don't know. It's just they're so silly to me. They're so silly to me because if you didn't know what happened, this headline makes it seem like Bobby asked me out and I literally was like, fuck you, I would never go out with you. Bobby's like one of my good friends. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And I was just with him and his new girlfriend in Miami. So write a headline about that. Okay, so this one, Kristin Cavallari dances on bars, pours shots for men at gay saloon. This was the final night of filming it was in New York. It was the final night of my podcast tour, and it was our last night filming for the new show. And it's just so funny from like knowing what actually happened to headlines like this. Okay, so I didn't really want to go out. I've told you guys I was exhausted, but the show wanted to get this scene of me dancing on the bar sort of as like a throwback to Laguna. You know, it's just kind of like, it's a fun way to like wrap up the new show. And so I'm all about getting a good shot, you know, for the show. Not shot like alcohol shot, like shot for the show, like camera shot. And they had me get up on the bar and they wanted me to pour shots in everybody's mouth because at this gay saloon, that's what they do. Like all the bartenders and waiters are these hot gay guys. And then every, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes, they all get up on the bar and they dance. They've got like their little dance routine and then they pour shots in everybody's mouth. So they wanted me to get up there with the guys and do that. And okay, fine, I was game, you know, but I was trying to drag up Justin and Scoot. And as we're all getting up on the bar, the owner of this bar was so mean to Scoot, where I was like, and Scoot is the nicest human being on the planet. You can never be mean to Scoot. So I was like, fuck you. Then if Scoot can't come up on the bar with me, then I'm not dancing on the bar either. Like, I'm sorry, no, you're not just gonna like use me. And so I got off the bar. And the owner was like, no, it's an insurance thing. And I'm like, I can kind of understand where there's a liability because I guess I was on the show's insurance, but Scoot was not. So I can understand that. But the way that she spoke to him was so inappropriate that it really just rubbed me the wrong way. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not getting up on the bar. But of course, for Honestly Cavallari, they really want that shot to end the show. So they convinced me to get back up there. And as I'm up on the bar, I see that the owner is filming me. And I was because I knew, guys, I've been in this situation so many times. So I knew exactly what was going to happen. But okay, I'm doing it for the show because I'm a team player. And the next day I wake up and on TMZ, what the fuck do you know, is me dancing on the bar because what that does is it gets her bar press. And so you better believe, of course, she was going to release that video of me dancing on the bar, which I fucking knew, which pissed me off. But okay. And then there are more headlines from that. So But again, it's just like, if you don't really pay attention to me, but you just see me in the press and you read the headline, Kristin Cavallari dances on bars, pours shots for men, like, you're of course going to be like, what a dirty whore. Like, she's a mother. Like, I get it. I get why people say the things that they do about me when they don't know me or know the backstory. This is never something I would do on my own. I was doing this for my show. It was a gay bar. It was literally like, I just think things like it's so unfair. It's so unfair. Yes, every headline about me is fucking trash. And yes, people judge the fuck out of me. Wait, I'm seeing my workers leaving, but they're not done. Guys, you're not done. The grill is not in still. What is happening? They've been here for an hour, you guys, maybe 2 hours, but they're done for the day. This is why my house is not done. Anyways, yeah, so it's like headlines like that just really drive me crazy because I'm like, if you just knew the whole story, and that pisses me off, especially because it came from the woman who owns the bar after she was such an asshole to my friends. I didn't like that. And I knew exactly what she was up to. Okay, this was from January 6th. So, fairly recently. And it says, Kristin Cavallari shares she's debating having baby number 4. You guys, this is from a really silly, dumb TikTok that I did to someone else's audio. And from that, they took a headline that I'm talking about having another baby. This couldn't be more fucking ridiculous if they tried. I was doing audio to the housewives. I think it was Kim and Kyle Richards, and it's Kim saying to Kyle from a show years ago, I think, that she's thinking about having another baby, and then she's like, oh no, I want to travel. Like, so ridiculous and so funny. And Justin and I did the audio to it. And I think people forget TikTok is a big ol' fucking joke. I want to talk to you guys about a company I love, which is Shopify. Starting your own business can obviously be extremely intimidating and lonely, actually, thanks to all of the different hats that you suddenly have to wear. But I will say, I launched with Shopify, and I could not have been happier that I partnered with them to get Uncommon James off the ground. We still now, 8 years later, actually just had our 8-year anniversary, are still using Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. Get started with your own design studio. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand style. Accelerate your content creation. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Cavallari. Go to shopify.com/Cavallari. Shopify.com/Cavallari. Another brand that I absolutely love and can totally get behind, and that is Primal Kitchen. Let's talk about real food for a hot minute. We all know we should be eating more real whole foods, but who has the time to make sauces and dressings from scratch? Not me, even though I do love to, but sometimes it's just not realistic. That's why I love Primal Kitchen condiments. Primal Kitchen has nailed the perfect combo of high quality ingredients and delicious flavor. So your meals will taste as real and homemade as it gets. They're not just made from real ingredients, they're also made for real food eating. My go-to is their original buffalo sauce. It's not too hot, but still super flavorful. I use it with wings, of course, but even for dips. It's really good on roasted veggies, you guys. And even just a drizzle on scrambled eggs in the morning is really good. You need to try it. So if you're all about real food like me, but need a little help making it exciting, you need Primal Kitchen condiments and sauces. Made with real ingredients we love. They're your secret weapon for making easy dinners of just protein and veggies taste amazing. So head to primalkitchen.com/honest to save 20% off your next online order with code HONEST at checkout. That's primalkitchen.com/honest and code HONEST. Primal Kitchen products are also available in stores nationwide. So visit primalkitchen.com/honest to find a location near you. Let's chat about Bon Charge. Bon Charge is a holistic wellness brand with a huge range of evidence-based products to optimize your life in every way. Founded on science and inspired by nature, all Bon Charge products adopt ancestral ways of living in our modern-day world. Their extensive range of premium wellness products help you sleep better, perform better, have more energy, recover faster, balance hormones, reduce inflammation. The list is endless, guys. From blue light glasses and infrared saunas to red light therapy to EMF management and circadian-friendly lighting, Bon Charge products help you naturally address the issues of our modern-day way of life effortlessly and with maximum impact. You guys already know, but my personal favorite product from Bon Charge is their red light face mask. Red light helps with everything. I swear by it. But specifically in this face mask, it helps with wrinkles and fine lines, sore jaw, eczema, migraines, acne, scar tissue. It's great for wound healing. I find it's also just really relaxing. It's also good for razor burn and ingrown facial hair. It has both near infrared and red light, so it boosts collagen and elastin production. It's super lightweight and it doesn't get hot on your face. Bon Charge is having their coveted end of the year sale where you can save the most dollars all year. Go to boncharge.com and use coupon code HONEST25 to save 25%. That's boncharge.com and use coupon code HONEST25 to save 25%. Nothing I post on TikTok is accurate or factual or should be taken for anything other than being a joke. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Because here's the other thing too. Like what I've noticed that people say, again, like people who are not my fans and just see me in the headline world is like, oh, now she's talking about having another baby just to stay relevant. Like everyone thinks I'm just like doing all of this shit to stay relevant. When it's like, if I swear to God, if I could say the things that I say on this podcast and no one ever write about them, I would be really happy because my audience gets me. Like, you guys get it, right? But it's the people who don't pay attention to me closely, who literally just see me in the press or like, so they take this, like imagine like these are the only things you ever saw about me. I'm dancing on a bar pouring shots for men. I'm talking about how I want to have another baby after I'm dancing on a bar pouring shots. I rejected Bobby Flay. I'm dating all these athletes. Like now I'm sharing my kids to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. That's why when I see these headlines, I'm like, God, I would hate me too. I really get it. I can't fucking win in the press. I do a TikTok as a joke and they write like I'm talking about having another baby. It's not even my voice. How can you write a headline from that when it's not my audio? It's not my audio. Fuck you guys. That should be illegal. Oh, here's another one that I was like, are you kidding me? Morgan Wallen should sleep with one eye open after what Kristin Cavallari said. Yeah, Morgan, I'm coming for you. So someone asked me at one of my shows on my podcast tour, Fuck, Marry, Kill. I couldn't even tell you who the other two guys were now, and Morgan was one of them. And because I feel like I kind of know how to navigate a headline. So here what I did was, I said honestly don't remember the other two guys. I said whoever they were. And then I said, and for kill, well, by default, like, you know who lands there. I never said his name because I thought if I didn't say his name, then they can't write a headline about it. But no, they still did. And actually there was a ton of headlines about it. This one I just thought was the dumbest. Like, yeah, Morgan should sleep with an eye open. Like, I give a fuck. I don't even, whatever. It's like so dumb. It's not even worth wasting my breath and defending myself because I was actually just about to. And then I was like, but then they'll write a headline about that. And I don't want any fucking headlines with Morgan. Like, I don't want headlines with any of these guys. Like, trust me. That's why I really thought I was dodging a bullet there. But no, I didn't. But here's the thing. And when people are always like, she's trying to stay relevant. Well, people are clicking on the headlines. Like, that's the only thing I can tell you. If people weren't clicking on my headlines, they wouldn't keep writing about me. And so I guess like that's what I have to remember to not lose my mind is, yeah, people love to talk shit, but also people are also the reason why they continue to write these headlines. Like the Morgan headlines, when I was talked about Morgan and those headlines that happened from it, clearly had so many clicks on them because they still, any stupid little opportunity they can to write a headline about it, they do. So that just tells me that it's because people are clicking on them. So if you guys really wanted me to go away, then don't fucking click on my headlines. I don't know what else to say to you. This is one I'm actually really excited to clear up. And this is Kristin Cavallari slams hater who criticized her makeup tutorial. So this was on Instagram, and I did a makeup tutorial, and someone wrote this really dumb comment that said I shouldn't start with my eyes first. Like basically, like I wish I had it. I could find it, but it would take too long. Basically, like, what a fucking idiot I am that I started my makeup routine with my eyes and not my face, and I did. I reposted it and I was like, oh, well, God, if you do your base first, well, then it must be right. And I knew I should have said this at the time. For me, that wasn't about the makeup routine. I don't give a flying fuck if that girl thinks I did my makeup routine wrong. My issue with Instagram and what's happened to our society is that everyone thinks their way is the right way. And this is what I was trying to convey, but I think where it got lost for some people is I meant to say this has nothing to do with a makeup routine. It's such a bigger thing than that because what's happened, and this is why I typically don't read my comments, and this is why I really do hate social media, because guess what, Jan? If you want to do your makeup routine and you want to start with your foundation, be my guest. That's great. I'm happy for you to start with your foundation. And also, if I want to start with my eyes, that's also okay. Because guess what? What's right for me isn't necessarily right for everybody else, and vice versa. What works for you maybe doesn't work for me. And you know what? That's okay. I think it's like what drives me crazy is people being like, oh, well, that's wrong. Oh, you did it wrong. It needs to be like this. Not everyone's the same. Not everyone's the same. Again, what I like and what you like are two different things. What works for me, what works for you are two different things. And that's okay. We need to get to a place of just being like, cool, you live your life the way you want to live your life, and I'll live my life the way I want to live life. I have never understood why what I do in my life affects you. Why are you letting my life affect you and getting all worked up? I mean, I know why, when you break it down, I really understand triggers for people. Like that's about you. Like Jan with the makeup tutorial, like girl, clearly I triggered something in you that makes you feel like you're doing your makeup routine wrong. Because if not, you wouldn't have had that kind of reaction to it. Like why take the time to tell me I'm doing it wrong? Guys, guess what? There's no wrong way to do a makeup routine. There's no wrong way, actually. It's whatever works for you. And you know what? I do like doing my eyes first. In case shit falls on my face, I don't have to redo my concealer. But again, do you. I don't give a flying fuck how you do your makeup. The same way you shouldn't care how I do mine, because how I do my makeup actually doesn't affect you. Believe it or not. Anything I do in my life, no matter what it is, doesn't affect anybody else. Maybe it affects my kids a little bit. Maybe it affects some of my friendships or whatever. But like, if you don't know me, nothing in my life should affect you. Really. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Like, and so that was what I had wanted my response to betray. And I think for some people it got lost in translation because I didn't just blanketly state that it was not about a makeup routine. It was more just like how people are constantly projecting on social media that their way is better, my way is shit. And again, I just think like if we can all get to a place of letting each other live their lives, I just think it would be a happier place. And it starts with us and not letting people trigger us. And instead, if you do get triggered, take a hard look in the mirror instead of telling someone else what they're doing is fucked up, because maybe it's not for them. maybe it's actually working really well for them, and maybe you're the one that needs to shift something in your life. That has been bugging me ever since that happened. I'm like, also, I hope this episode doesn't come across like me just bitching. I do kind of feel like I'm just bitching a little bit today. Like I've got like some pent up fucking frustration or something. I really hope that's not the case. Oh, this is another good one. Okay. Kristin Cavallari wants to date a regular guy, but shoots shot with forever crush Kevin Costner. This is also from Instagram. I very rarely will do a Q&A on Instagram, but I think I was in LA and I had a couple hours. I was just kind of killing time. So I decided to do a little Q&A, and someone said something about Kevin Costner, and I responded. I was like, give him my number, like just kidding around. And I said, forever crush. He's not necessarily a crush, but like, of course he's like an all-timer. You know what I mean? We're like, he is forever, like he's Kevin Costner. He's always good looking. He's just that guy. But I don't have like an active crush on him. But anyways, and I said on Instagram, the weeklies, don't turn this into some bullshit headline. Like we're joking around, we're having fun. Let this stay here on Instagram. And what do you know? The next day there were 1,000 headlines about how I was shooting my shot with Kevin Costner, which couldn't be further from the truth. You guys, I was like, but what was kind of interesting about that is all of my Instagram followers saw it. Like everyone on Instagram were actually DMing me those headlines being like, you called it. Like I do feel like people are starting to see how absurd this stuff is, but it still is like, oh my God. So again, right? Imagine like you don't follow me, but you just see me in the headlines. I'm shooting my shot with Kevin Costner. Oh, but yet I'm also dating all of these athletes. I'm dancing on a bar, pouring shots. I'm talking about how I want to have another baby. I'm coming for Morgan Wallen. I'm criticizing people who don't like my makeup routine. It's just like, oh my God. It's so ridiculous, you guys. It's so ridiculous. Okay, and then we'll end with this one. Kristin Cavallari doesn't want kids anywhere near guns after ex-Jay Cutler arrested with firearm. And the anywhere near guns is quoted. And here's why I'm going to talk about this headline, because this happens a lot, where it will say, so-and-so celebrity, I am not referring to myself as a celebrity, but you know what I'm saying. That's like a pet peeve of mine. So-and-so says X, Y, and Z in quotes, responding to, their ex-husband, their whatever. And people take that like in this case, like that is a direct quote from me. Because that's how it seems, right? This headline makes it seem like I said, I don't want my kids anywhere near guns. You guys, this could not be, how am I going to say this? I'm not going to comment on the validity to this, but what I'm going to call out is that is not a quote from me. And what they end up saying then in the article is a source says Kristin Cavallari, doesn't want her kids anywhere near guns. Well, who the fuck is that source? It didn't come from me. And a lot of times I think that people think when an article like this is written, it's coming from, like in this case, my camp. Guys, it is not. I promise you right now, and maybe I've talked about this too on the podcast, I can't remember, but after my last relationship, he immediately was hanging out with this girl, and there was an article that was like, Kristin Cavallari's unbothered, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, people are going to think that is coming from me. Guys, I never want to be written about with him ever again. I would never comment even off the record because I don't want my name associated with these people any more than it already is. That is the only thing I can say is I don't want my name in a headline ever again with my ex-husband, like ever again, guys, or any ex for that matter. Like I just want them to go away. Honestly, I watch that'll be a fucking headline. Let's see, guys. Let's see. That Kristin Cavallari says she never wants another headline with ex-Jay Cutler ever again. But these piss me off the most out of anything because it does look like a quote from me or from my camp, and it is not. I see these all the time, and I'm like, This is not fucking true. It's not fucking true. How the hell would they know this? They don't know, you guys. This is not coming from me. I would never comment about Jay and him having a gun. That's not something I would comment on or watch. Maybe the headline from this episode will be what Kristin says about Jay and a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always have this way of twisting shit, right? It'll be interesting to see if anything comes out of this episode. And I'll call him out again. But those ones really drive me crazy because it does. And I've had to explain this. I had to explain this to my podcast producer, actually. We were talking about Scott Disick. And after I had talked about my situation with Scott, there was a headline similar to this that said something to the effect of like, Scott Disick, like felt it was unfair or like doesn't understand, like something to that effect. About like why I was coming for him. And my producer, we were talking and she was like, shout out Rosie. Hi, Rosie, who's editing this episode. But she said, oh, well, he commented on it. Sorry if I've already said this on the podcast. I can't remember what I haven't said. And I was like, no, he did not comment. I was like, let me see the article. So she sent it to me. I was like, this is not him commenting. But I know that's how it seems. That's how it seems. That's so shady and so crazy that they can put quotation marks around something implying that someone said something when really they're referring to a source. And again, who the fuck is the source? Like, that's a joke. That's an actual joke. So again, I guess my takeaway from all of this stuff is if you can look at pop culture and apparently sports as just, it's just entertainment, right? It's just a big circus. And if you can know there's like 2% truth to it and just look at it as entertainment and fun, then have at it. But it's like, it's the people who like live and die by this stuff that I'm like, God, you've no idea. You've no idea. If I could just explain myself, if you just really got to know me, like you would know I'm not this crazy fucking bitch. Like, I know I look crazy. I know I look like I'm just a wild animal out there in the streets. I'm really not like that, I promise. I'm also going to do, when the show comes out and the tour episodes come out, I'm going to do an episode about tour headlines specifically because there already were a bunch. Well, and we talked about the Morgan one, but there already were a bunch. And I know when the show comes out, there's going to be a lot more. So I'm going to save those though for like June, July, around there when that comes out. But anyways, these are fun. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. And I will see you guys next week.